Hello students, how are you all of you? Welcome back to the BRM class. Until now we came to know various applications of probability techniques as far as syllabus is concerned. But today altogether we are going to understand a few advanced level of application of probability techniques, nothing but the fitting of distributions. Okay. So today we are going to understand fitting of probability distributions, or else simply fitting of distributions. A data will be given to you in the question paper, understand, like X variable and its frequency, and they ask you fit binomial distribution, fit Poisson distribution, and finally you need to calculate what is that fitted probability function, and as well as the expected frequencies. So what you call this one as the fitting of the probability distributions. So in a fitting of the probability distributions, what you need to do, two steps would be there. Steps 1 is nothing but to identify the fitted probability function. That is probability formula, probability mass function or probability density function. And step 2 is you need to calculate expected frequencies. Expected frequencies. Okay. These types of questions actually very rarely they ask in the question paper, but still this information is going to be very, very valuable as far as your future decision making is concerned. So here we are going to understand actually how to fit the distribution to the given data. Data will be in terms of probability values. Okay, like X variable will be there and it's what you called frequency also will be there, and you need to fit the data. Okay, X variable will be number of mistakes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and how many types what you call those mistakes are repeated, 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, like that. The data you need to fit appropriate probability distribution. Now actually what do you mean by fitting? Fitting is nothing but fitting of a probability distribution to a series of data concerning the repeated measurement of a variable phenomenon is known as the probability distribution fitting, or else simply distribution fitting. That is textual definition. But in layman words, what do you mean by fitting? So generally this fitting kind of word you often listen with what you call the tailors, understand? When a cloth is given, when a piece of cloth is given to him, okay, and they are going to what you call fit that cloth to a particular person in terms of various what you call clothes. So based upon that clothes, we are going to understand that the person's what you call identity. Let us take for example, police is there. So how do you recognize him? That khaki dress. Lawyer would be there. A black what you call apron would be there. Doctor, a white apron would be there. So based upon the dress, what you are going to identify, we are going to identify the person, its profession. So if you understand its profession, you can understand all other things also. So I already told you, all knowledge, whether that is a statistical knowledge or whatever may be, need to try to apply that one to the realistic situations. Now here also, whenever a data is given to you, to that data an appropriate distribution will be suited. Like discrete distributions are there, continuous distributions are there. Under discrete, what do you know? binomial and Poisson. Under continuous, you know the normal distribution. So based upon the nature of the data, we actually suit a particular distribution. After understanding this distribution is going to be so satisfactory, then whatever information you want, you can calculate from the data, like mean, variance, understand, moment generating function, characteristic function, the skewness, kurtosis, so many properties are there. So all these properties are going to explain to you, helps you actually to extract the information. Suppose a data related to sales is there. If mean value, if you want to know, yes, you calculated. What is the purpose of the mean value there? Sometimes it may provide you on an average every day how much sales are going to be take place. That is nothing but the mean value. If at all any variation is there in terms of the sales, daily, weekly, monthly. So through the variation, through the variance, we are going to identify that. Based upon that, the supermarkets can maintain their stocks. All these things comes under data analysis. Remember, in upcoming decade, most of the jobs are going to have what profession? Analytics. Understand? Analysis of the data. If you concern the analysis of the data, this is very, very important aspect. What is that? Fitting of the probability distribution. In a layman words, what do you mean fitting? You are suiting, you are draping. Strictly speaking, you are draping a binomial distribution or else a Poisson distribution or else a normal distribution to a data, and based upon that you are identifying the various properties of that particular distribution. Just by checking the what you call the sugar levels, glucose levels, hemoglobin levels of a person, the doctors are going to identify the health condition of the particular patient. Same here also, these things are very, very essential to understand about that data set. Understand? Now today we are going to understand how to fit the binomial distribution. So what is that? Binomial distribution. As you know very well, whenever a random variable x follows a binomial distribution, how do you denote? X follows binomial distribution with the parameters n comma p. So how to read this? This is notational language. Already told you, statistics is nothing but the notational language. So much meaningful information would be there. So carefully you need to follow. X follows binomial distribution n comma p. So within the brackets, the information what I provided for every distribution, nothing but those are parameter values. Do you know very well? You all knows very well the parameter is nothing but the very, very important calculation. That's it. So if you want to understand about the binomial distribution, you must and should have with you n value and p value. Hence n comma p are known as the parameters. Now we are going to understand how to fit the binomial distribution. Before that, what is the probability mass function of the binomial distribution? Probability of x, probability of random variable x is taking x. See how I am rendering. The notation I am writing over there, but I am rendering. So which is nothing but ncx, okay, p power x, q power n minus x. So this is called the probability mass function of the binomial distribution, where x takes only discrete values like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to limited values, n values. Okay. Now how to fit the binomial distribution? Whenever a data is given to you, if you are decided to fit the binomial distribution, there are 3 variety cases will arise. How many cases? 3 variety cases. Case 1. Okay. In the case 1, from the data, it is possible to you to easily grasp the information of n comma p. That means whenever n comma p values are given to you, that is known. Known means already which are available. Then simply what you will do, you are putting this n value in this formula and p value, and based upon p what you can calculate? You can calculate q value also. What is the relation? 1 minus p. Getting my point? So whenever you know the NP, easily you can calculate Q also. That means all the values are available now. Now put the N value, P value, Q value. Now substitute for every X of this formula. You will get different probabilities. What are those? If you substitute X value as 0, that you are calling as a probability of 0 value. If you substitute 1, you call that probability of 1, like probability of 2, like probability of 3. The probability values you are going to calculate. By multiplying these probability values with the total frequency already known. Always in the statistics, n stands for total frequency. Understand? Capital N, where small n is the number of times repeated the experiment. So when this P0 is multiplied with n, what do you get here? Frequency. So that is first frequency f of 0 becomes, so n into its corresponding probability. Same, how do you get f of 1? N into its corresponding probability of 1. Same way, how do you get f of 2? Nothing but n into probability of 2. It's like that you will calculate the frequencies. These frequencies you are calling as the expected frequencies. Understand? You tabulate these expected frequencies. What is the purpose of the expected frequencies? While doing the problem I will explain. Strictly speaking, this is the case 1. So under case 1, what is the situation? You know both n and p values. Now little bit difficulty arises in the case 2. Okay. So in the case 2 what happens? Already n value is given, that is n is known. Okay. But p value is not given. P is unknown. This is one more case. So in these situations what need to do? From the data you need to calculate the mean value. Why? Because you know in the binomial distribution, what is the mean? So mean of the binomial distribution nothing but what you call NP product. Variance is NPQ. But you know the general formula of the mean x bar. So x bar is nothing but what? NP. Then how to get the P? This implies P becomes so x bar by n. But what is x bar? You know very well from your first unit. The mean formula means arithmetic mean formula. What is that? Sigma fi xi by capital N. That means from the given data you calculate the mean value. Dividing the mean value with the small n value, you will get the P. What is that? That is under case 2. So after getting the P value and you know already n value, then getting the Q is very easy. How do you get that relation? P plus Q is equal to 1. But here you required Q. How do you get 1 minus P? That's it. Again you what to call apply the same steps of what to call the case 1. So when NP you know, again the same steps of case 1 you need to follow under case 2 also. Now you go for case 3. So what is case 3? Both n comma p are unknown. Typical case this one. Both n comma p are unknown. Then the same relations whatever you know from the binomial distribution properties, we are making the use of that. So in the binomial distribution, okay, what is the mean? So general mean is x bar, but under binomial distribution is NP. Same way, what is the variance under binomial distribution? So general notation is variance of x. This is the notation for the variance of x. So NPQ. Okay. When you know these two, you know how to get the Q. Nothing but NPQ by NP. So when you are doing NPQ by NP, here also what is the NPQ value? Variance of x by what is that? NP value x bar. But here NP gets cancelled. What do you left here? Q. So that means Q is nothing but variance of the data by mean of the data. So from the data directly you are getting the variance and its mean. You will get the Q. After getting Q, you know how to get the P. P is nothing but 1 minus Q. When you know Q and P, you substitute in any one of the formulas here, you get what you called N also. So according to this relation, what is N? So x bar by P. That's it. Now you got Q value. Now you got P value and as well as N value. Now go for fitting of the distribution. Again calculate all the expected frequencies. But what is the variance formula, mean formula? You have to understand. You know very well. According to from our unit 2 for any data, mean x bar is nothing but sigma fi xi by capital N. Then what is the variance formula? Variance of x is equal to sigma fi xi square by n minus x bar whole square. This formula we apply. So from previous calculation we get the x bar and we substitute here, we get Q value, P value, N value, and again we apply what you call all the steps under what you called case 1. So in all these cases, the case 2 is very, very important. So we are going to take up a problem under case 2. Okay. So what do you call this? This you are calling as a fitting of the probability distribution. If you put the binomial distribution, you call that fitting of the binomial distribution. So after fitting the any distribution, you are going to what you call follow a tabular method. Understand? So what is the table method to calculate expected frequencies? Expected frequencies. So first x value write down, its probability value write down. Next what you get here? You calculate expected frequencies. What is the formula? N into what you called f of x. N into P of x. Okay. And adjusted. Finally you adjusted. So this is called the standard format, table format for what you call calculation of the expected frequencies. So how many steps are there? The step 1 is what you call write down the fitted probability function, and step 2 is calculate the expected frequencies. So what is the table format for calculate the expected frequency? This one. Now we go for fitting one binomial distribution accordingly case 2. Okay. So this is fitting of probability distribution. What is the definition? Fitting of a probability distribution to a series of data concerning the repeated measurement of a variable phenomenon is known as the probability distribution fitting, or simply distribution fitting. What is the main purpose, main aim? The aim of distribution fitting is to predict the probability or to forecast the frequency of occurrence of the magnitude of the phenomenon in a certain interval. So what is the formula to calculate the expected frequencies? Or else, what is the standard word I used here? The frequency function. Total frequency into its corresponding probability value. That means if you want f of 0, n into p of 0. If you want f of 4, n into p of 4. F of 5, n into p of 5. Okay. Now we go for understanding the theory of the fitting of the binomial distribution. So we know that x follows binomial n comma p. So what is this probability mass function of the binomial distribution? This one, NCX. Now what is the case 1, n comma p are known. Directly we calculate P0, P1, P2 and multiply P0, P1, P2 with capital N. What we call capital N total frequency, and we get F0, F1, F2 correspondingly. These you are calling as a theoretical frequencies. That is case 1. Case 2, n is known and p is not known. Then we apply standard mean formula. So in binomial distribution, mean is equal to np. But the standard notation of the mean in statistics x bar, and this is binomial distribution. What is x bar formula? Sigma fi x by n, np. X bar by n. So next we will follow the case 1 as usual. Okay. Now this is case 3. Both n comma p are not known. So for a binomial distribution, mean is x bar, variance. So we applied standard mean and variance formula. Based upon that, we calculate q, p and as well as the n. Okay. Here the important case is case 2. N is given, p is not given. Okay. Now we go for solving a problem. Now look at the problem. In an office, there are 150 employees. The pattern of their absence for duty in a particular month is recorded in the following table. Fit binomial distribution to the data. Now here, number of days absent. For 0 days, 1 days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Always remember that in the discrete distribution, the value starts from 0. That is x value. Now this becomes frequency f of x. For 0 days, how many of them absent? 28. That means all of them attended all the days of a month. For 1 day, 62 employees. For 2 days, 46 employees. 3 days, 10 employees. Like 4 days, this many. Okay. This total should be equal to what? Fx total 150. So what is the n value? Capital N value is given 150. Then what is the small n value? Small n value is also provided because x number of x's. 4. So what is the small n value here? 4. So capital N is equal to 150. Small n is equal to 4. How many values are there? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 values. Remember that here the big mistake all of you commit is you count 0 value as 1. If you count 0 value as 1, how many values it will come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then n becomes, small n becomes 5. It's wrong. Always 0 value you should count as 0 only. This is very, very important point. Instead of taking 4, by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you put 5 here, the problem is going to be wrong. This is very, very important point. Let us suppose that 0 to 8 values are there. So what is n value? 8 only, not 9. 0 to 6 values are there, then the small n value is going to be 6, not 7. Okay. So for this, we need to calculate, we need to fit the binomial distribution. Understand? So let us see what are the steps. The known steps, what are those? The probability mass function of binomial distribution is standard formula NCX p power x q power n minus x. X takes always 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. That means in the given problem, the number of absentees becomes x and this becomes f of x, frequency. So by the given data, what you can deduct? Capital N is given, small n is given, but any success information is given, probability of success, nowhere. That means p value is not known to us, question mark. So we need to estimate the p value. That means we are applying or approaching case 2 method. So what is that? According to the binomial distribution, mean is np. So what is the standard notation for mean x bar? Then how do you get p? X bar by n. But actually how do you get x bar? Sigma fi xi by capital N. This you know. So after getting p, again how do you get q? 1 minus p. So by that you are coming to know the q value, p value and as well as the n value. Then fitting of the distribution is going to be so easy. Okay. Now let us see how do you calculate this mean. The problem within the problem. So in these problems, huge calculations would be there. So you need to calculate the mean for that one table and for expected frequencies also one more table. Now all of you look at here, I am calculating mean now. So in the problem x values are 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 4. What is f of x? 28, 62, 46, 10, 4 from the data. This total is nothing but, if you want you can write this one as the capital N, total of the frequency. So what is the product? X f x product? 200. Now substitute x f x or f I x I, both are same. So f I x I by capital N. So this is 200 by 150. On simplification, what is the mean you got? X bar, 4 by 3. But we know how to get small p from x bar. That is x bar by number of times x value. So 4 by 3 by 4. So this 4 gets cancelled. What to get? 1 by 3. Now after getting p to get q, this relation we are using. So 1 minus p, 1 minus 1 by 3. So what is that simplified value? 2 by 3. So by this all information you came to know the p value, q value and as well as the small n value. Now we are writing the photograph of the binomial distribution. That is the probability mass function of the binomial distribution. So here what is that? The fitted binomial distribution is. So probability of x, that is equal to probability of x is equal to x. So what is the formula? NCX. But we know the n. What is that? 4. Hence 4CX. So what is p value? Just now we calculated 1 by 3 power x. Next 2 by 3 power 4 minus x. So what is 2 by 3? Q. So this is called the actual photograph of the binomial distribution for this data. That's all. Once if you know the photograph, all the information, all the